Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Can you hear the wind chimes? A little windy today. Today, I am in the garden harvesting this morning just a little bit so I can have these items for either lunch or dinner. So let's harvest in today's video. I'm going to be harvesting these greens this morning, and I'm going to harvest the other ones as well. As you can see, these are two different types of greens, and it looks like I might have had a little bit of pest pressure on this one, or maybe it just could have been the wind, because otherwise they look really good. So let me show you the other greens. Are beginning to go to seed. As you can see, I've got a few of them going to seed this morning. And so a couple of them have some what looks like could be powdery mildew. So I'm going to pull these out, harvest what I can, and then this container I'm going to refresh and pot this up with something else. Maybe some greens, maybe not. The weather is cool in the mornings, but it's blazing hot in the afternoons, evenings. And so greens don't like, especially these red mustards, they don't like it when it's warm. So it's time for them to come out. I have enough mustard seeds, but I might leave at least one of these in here in order to get seeds to share. So let's get to harvesting. Aphids. Ugh. They have found my kale. Ugh. So those are going to get washed off. Ah, gazillion of them. Tons and tons. Totally gross me out. Tons and tons, tons and tons. So I'm going to have to get the water hose and spray spray that down, this plant. I don't want to take it out because it's still feeding me, but I am going to have to spray it. So I'm going to spray all those off, and then I'm going to spray this plant down because that's a lot. And what's so crazy is they're only on the kale that I can see. It's only on the kale. So I'm going to spray that down and see what happens. Let's see. There are a few bugs on this tiny little bitty mustard plant. Let's take a look at the big one. Nope. And I'm out here a lot later than when I had planned on being out here. That's the way things happen. This one has a couple of holes in it, but I don't see any pest pressure. I can't tell if that is a bug or not. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got there. So I'm just going to take all of these off down to the smallest bit and take them in and clean them. Let's see. I don't want the bugs to eat my food. Can admit I have not harvested this as frequently as I should, but I have been harvesting it, and for the most part it looks really good. I haven't seen the type of pest pressure on this one as I saw on the kale. The kale is completely decimated with the aphid. What happens at this time of the year, the bugs are waking up and they want to eat, they want to survive, and I find the best way to not deal with pests is to try and grow that in the season that is the best for that season. And greens are better grown during the cooler parts of the year. And when you grow them out of their season, that's when you tend to get a lot of pest pressure. Unless you grow them under cover, you continue to protect them, which can be a pain for a lot of people, having to go, at least it is for me, having to go under all this cover, row cover here, there, and everywhere. But if that's what if you want to protect your plants, then that is what you have to do. It looks like I have a beetle down here, so we're gonna dispatch of that. If I can find where it went. I just lost sight of it. Blast it. Oh, there it is. Sneaky little bugger. Hang on, y'all. Missed it. I tried to smash it and I missed it. at an angle where I couldn't quite see it well because it was behind the plant. And it's one of those yellowy black striped beetles that you don't want in the garden. Okay, so hopefully I injured it enough to where it'll sit over there and die. I'm going to keep an eye out for any movement in that area while I continue to harvest. And I'm so over these flies, y'all. That's the one thing I don't miss about the spring and summer are all the flies. I don't like flies. Flies are so disgusting in my opinion. All right, so I've picked this poor little plant down to the nub, and it did have a little bit of pest pressure here, but I'm not seeing any pests other than that beetle that I tried to smash. And oh, do I see it? Do I see it? Hang on, y'all. I thought I saw it. Ugh, I don't see it. I'm gonna keep an eye. That's the second one I've seen. I saw one up at the front of the garden, or at the front of the house, and I'm seeing one back here. So I'm gonna keep an eye out, and I will have to spray. But this one looks really good. So I'm gonna go over to the red mustard and pick those down to nothing. This is what I have of my, I think these are collards. And that poor kale will have to be sprayed. Because I had to run some errands, these mustards look real shady. So they are wilted. I'm gonna take them out. I decided to just go ahead and take them out. Now they're not going to go to waste. What I'm going to do is put them in the compost, let them rot down and become food for the other plants in the garden. I am going to leave one because they have all gone to seed, and I'm going to harvest this seed and give the seed over to my sister. Because she has started a garden. Well, she started a garden, I want to say last year, but she's been playing with the idea of gardening for a couple of years. But this year, she has really increased her gardening. And I'm proud of her, but I'm extremely proud to see that she has taken to, ouch, these are so prickly. Oh my goodness, that hurt. She has taken to growing in a way that she's never done before. And I can't tell you how exciting it is to see a brand new gardener get out there and decide to grow. And it's funny because she didn't put any plant tags. And so she's calling and texting and says, hey, what is this? Sending me pictures going, what is this? And I'm like, did you put plant tags? She goes, no. Oh, that one has a ladybug on it. I'm going to actually leave this one because this one does not have any stalks on it like it's going to seed. But I am going to take, sorry about that, y'all, I'm bending over strange. I am going to take these leaves off the bottom because the leaves on some of these were beginning to look like they had like powdery mildew. So I'm going to take all those off. Look, y'all, can y'all see that ladybug? Normally I wouldn't want bugs crawling on me, but that one is a good bug. There we go. Put it right there. And I'm just going to take these leaves off. And I'm going to pull this stump out. And I'm going to come in here in a little once the sun goes down, and I'm going to refresh this soil. That's the one thing I don't like about this plant. This plant has some very serious pricks on them. It's very spiny. Oh, I don't like it. I should have brought my gloves out. Normally I have on my gloves, but I didn't think I would be doing this right now. I just came out to harvest, but that's all right. I am going to, let's see, make sure I'm not taking any ladybugs out with me. Nope, he's hanging on right there, so I'm going to leave that leaf. And I'm going to take the rest of these leaves off of here. Make sure the ladybug is still there. There we go, it moved. So I'm going to take these bottom leaves off so nothing is touching the soil. That's also how you end up with pests and disease, is when you have leaves touching the soil. Those leaves are not being harvested and they're dying off, and that your watering will splash up onto the leaves and it will cause disease. And so what I'm going to do probably later on today is I'm going to take out all of this soil, trying not to disturb the roots of those. I'm going to refresh this soil, put some worm casting in here, put some fertilizer in here, and I'm going to get this potted up with something that's going to probably grow up on the cattle panel. So that's all I have to show you all today. I'm going to go in and process the greens, and I'll show you they're beginning to wilt, so I got to take them inside. I'm going to process the little greens that I've harvested thus far today. And that's all I've got for you today in the garden. So I hope you all enjoyed my quick harvest video. If you did, leave me a comment. If you feel so inclined, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you be a part of the ClausenWorld family. And I hope to see you either in the kitchen or the garden real soon. Bye for now.